We'd like to take a moment to thank our friends at Hester & Cook for sponsoring this podcast. Hester & Cook believes there's always a moment to celebrate, and we could not agree more. They make the most beautiful tablescapes for your holiday hosting, all from paper. Yep, you gotta see it to believe it. So stop by their stores around Nashville and Franklin, or shop online for the season's best holiday decor, gifts, and specialty tabletop items. Use promo code Magnolia for 15% off your first purchase in store or online at hesterandcook.com. It's sweater weather and soup season, y'all. Laura Beth here to tell you about Zoop. Z-O-U-P. Zoop broths bring flavor to Southern staples like really great grits, while their soups provide a comforting meal. Zoop is available at your favorite retailers across the country, including Instacart and online at walmart.com. For you Amazon shoppers, use promo code 20Magnolias, 20Magnolias, to get 20% off your first purchase on Amazon. Learn more at zoopbroth.com. And now, on with the show. December is upon us, and it has become a tradition for us to give you a list of gift-giving ideas from Southern makers and companies. So join us at the table to hear a few of our favorite Southern finds from this year. I'm Lainey.
And I'm Laura Beth.
And we are Steel Magnolias. The strength of steel
With the grace of a magnolia.
We are here to have uplifting conversations about life in the South.
And we've got plenty of room at our table. So pull up a chair.
Welcome back to the table. I have been doing 4 episodes now, I believe, with my coffer voice. I don't know if anybody has caught any change in my voice, but
so
there's
much going around in our air with RSV and pneumonia and COVID and all the respiratory things.
So I don't know if y'all hear much difference. I do, of course, because it's my voice. But welcome to the highly awaited gifts episode. I'm saying highly awaited. I don't know if any of y'all are waiting on it, but I do know that some of y'all have shopped early, and in doing so, you just went ahead and referred back to our prior gifts episodes, because I had a couple of people tell me that. Like, I'm already doing my shopping, so I'm looking at last year's recommendations.
Well, I revisited to make sure I wasn't putting the same stuff on the list, and I'm like, these are dang good.
They're good lists. We did 2019, we did just Southern gifts. 2020, we did 10 Southern gifts. 2021, we did Southern lifestyle gifts, and then last year we just did Shop Southern gift ideas for the season, and that's kind of what this one is too. Just different shop ideas, but we did try and focus on Southern makers. So
that's right. And we like what we like. So I am highly heavy on linens because I love table linens. But anyway,
I'm sure people sort of have a gauge of what our list is like if they've hung with us for a while. I don't think we're going to throw any like true curveballs today in our styles or anything. So you have a few more than me. Do you want to kick us off?
I want to start with something that's really heavy on my heart.
Okay, that's
good. Can I?
That's good. Yes, I hope yours is kind of in the vein of like, this is all the gift giving just that should just be kind of an overflow or an extra. Hopefully this is not the main focus of your December. Is that kind of like...
That's exactly what I'm thinking. And so, yes, I was just feeling a little bit, in all transparency, like we're celebrating Christmas, which is a gift that we've all already been given in Jesus.
Yeah.
And so I might sound a little preachy for just a minute because I want to kind of stick to what I wrote out.
Okay.
Like I wrote my thoughts in my brain out.
I have to do that sometimes.
Just write it out. Because I don't want it to sound fluffy because this is serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's a gift is something that you're given that's freely given.
Yes.
Like it's not something you have to pay for. That's why it's a gift.
Yes.
And it's been already given to everyone. Whether or not you accept the gift is up to you. But Jesus, who was fully God, came in the form of man, not only in the form of man, form of baby.
Yes. weakling,
poverty-stricken
yes.
baby, to pay the needed price to atone our sins and reconcile us back into right relationship with the Father. This is heavy theological words, but that's what we're celebrating.
Yes.
Is his coming.
When he came.
Which later was so that we could be reconciled back in right relationship and cleansed of sin, which we've all fallen short.
Yes. We're all in this grouping together.
That's right. And so since that's what we're celebrating, if that is like a concept that you're like, I don't even know what you're talking about, or that is so heavy and with words, atonement, I don't know what that means. I really mean, like, reach out to us. We would love to talk to you and answer questions about that.
Yeah.
Because that's what Christmas is all about anyway.
Yes.
And, yeah,
and
it
even
would thrill me to answer questions.
Even with the way you described the Christmas where Jesus first came, the first Christmas, right? Now we're waiting for him to come back.
His second coming.
So that was the first Advent.
Yes.
And now we're kind of in preparation and waiting for we're in between two Advents, basically.
That's right.
Now. I think I've said that on this podcast before. But
and he came, I like the concept of even that he came the first time as a lamb that would be a sacrificial lamb that pours out his blood for atonement. But the second time he comes as a lion to make things right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And anyway, so that's what we're celebrating, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
Not what your gift looks like, how it's wrapped, how expensive was it. None of that matters.
No.
And honestly, this gift can even be celebrated with empty hands and empty wallets, and it could still be your very best Christmas ever if it's the most poverty-stricken you've ever been.
True. That's very true.
In the financial.
That's true. You can be more creative, be more thoughtful. You're the less money you are actually forced to be more and more genuine.
It's right. That's
right. So it's not a bad thing. I mean, all of us are going,
feels like it's
but
a
I
bad
sure
thing.
would like a bigger
I know.
Christmas budget than what I'm looking at.
I know.
Which is no Christmas budget. I love that Dave Ramsey quote that says, Christmas is not an emergency. Like, because he's real pro having an emergency fund.
Oh, yeah. And it comes on the 25th of December every year. That's what he says. I saw one he said the other day that was, eating out is entertainment, not food. Because he'll have that as a different line.
I agree.
So food is that you're cooking at home.
Yes.
That you can do more inexpensively.
Yes.
Eating out is only when you've got an entertainment budget that fits it.
That's ouch.
That was a major ouch. Is why it was still in my brain. But I also wanted to mention, secondly, that I love a mantra that our friend Glenda uses in her life, and that is use what's in your hands. Mm-hmm. And you can use that concept really regarding any area of life. But when I was thinking about it in regards to Christmas and how we celebrate Christmas, if your wallet is empty, you still have a way to celebrate with what you do have. Mm-hmm. And so I was thinking, you can use whatever you have as a tool of worship to God or celebration. If you have paper and pen, you can write love letters to the people you love. Mm-hmm. That's something that they could keep forever.
Yeah. That they don't get hardly ever, probably. No matter who you are, I bet you anybody listening to this doesn't get a whole lot of handwritten notes.
Or a poem or something that takes time and thought. For some reason, it came in my mind, do you have tea bags? You could invite a friend over for a Christmas cup of tea.
Yes.
And just enjoy each other's presence. Let that be the present.
Yeah, yeah. Quality
anyway,
time.
All of that is what matters. And so don't get caught up in the actual gift buying portion of the holiday. It's more about what it represents.
Yeah.
And so with these lists that we're going to give, we're going to be covering a range of ideas. And some of these things I'm going to mention are not even in my price point for budget. But money is relative.
Yes, it is.
Like what's a lot to one is not to another. And so I'm not getting caught up in that. I don't even care if we mention
we don't even have to.
Pricing.
You can probably gather from the object or item itself
that
it's a luxury item or it's more of a stocking stuffer price.
Exactly. But we just want the season to be wonderfully celebrated, whatever that looks like.
That's right. That's right. Well, we will share links to all of the things that we're going to be talking about today. One of the interesting things that's happening right now on the, mega people of Amazon is that there's a lot of small businesses that have their products and businesses on Amazon.
Yes.
So where I have been in the past, like, don't get it from Amazon, go support small. Well, I don't know what the percentage is that Amazon takes, but there is kind of a roundabout way you can still be buying small business products, but via Amazon. So we got invited to be influencers via Amazon and build a storefront so that we can showcase different products and things that we've talked about on here in one place, which is really, really helpful for us.
Right. For listeners,
Yeah.
to go to one spot.
Yeah. Like we don't have that in our website capabilities, the way our little website's structured. So this was actually very helpful to have it all in one place. So we will link to our new Amazon storefront where you can see the list from today on anybody that has products on Amazon. They don't all.
Right.
And I did a list of previous guests that we've had on the show.
Oh, fun. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I did all 5 seasons. So, going back to the very first author that we had on the show, Peggy No Stevens, and her book, Which Fork Do I Use with My Bourbon? Is that what it's called?
Yes, and it's a great book.
Up through Jenna Bush Hager, Fanny
Flagg.
Flagg.
How fun.
Even this, beautiful decorating book that we talked about a couple episodes ago called The Collected Cottage.
Yes.
With Catherine Crisp Greeley.
Yes.
There's so many different things that we've talked about on this
so brilliant.
show. So if you're wanting even more ideas than what we talk about today, just visit our Amazon storefront. And we do get commission from that. So that's part of the incentive that Amazon's offering. Okay. We've waited far long enough. Let's get into it.
Okay.
You go first.
Okay. Well, I said I was heavy on linens, so
Yeah.
I'll start with a linen
Okay.
idea. There is a company out of Atlanta, Georgia called Heirloomed.
Oh, love the name.
And you would love this girl's heart.
Aw.
Like it's all together like what we love.
Yeah.
Anyway, she has what she calls the table wrap.
Okay.
And the table wrap it's really would make a wonderful gift for Christmas or even a wedding if you have an upcoming wedding that you need a gift for. It's keepsake linens that come in basically a wrap that you can just easily store.
Oh,
and so
okay.
it has cocktail napkins, table napkins, and a table runner.
Okay.
And you choose the color you want.
Okay.
They're all the pretty basic.
I was going to say, they're pretty simple.
Khaki color, navy color. The
Pretty.
napkins are striped of that color. Like, it's just adorable.
So sweet.
But, it comes in a little easy to store wrap and bag.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a great gift for
Yes.
anyone. And then you can build from that basic set. There's lots of other options. If you want the placemats and you want the tablecloths and all the things.
Yeah.
You can keep building each year.
Love that.
But starting with just that basic set.
So good. I love that. That's a great one. I might be starting with one that might be on your list. We'll see. I'm going to hold up the brochure.
I'm just kidding.
Do you have this? The Joggle Board.
It's on my list.
Okay. Well, you have more than me, so I'll talk about it.
You do it.
The Joggle Factory, based out of Charleston, South Carolina, creates these beautiful joggle boards. Now, you heard us talk about this on our episode called The House That Southern Living Built. These are meant to be outside on your patio or on your porch. And this particular factory is about 13 years old, and they are Chris and Christy from Charleston. The company's first production shop was in Summerville, South Carolina. And now its current shop is right on Edisto Island.
Yes, which we've got to get to.
Kind of wish that we were there talking about this. But the couple started the Joggle Factory with the mission of making their beloved joggling boards accessible and affordable while remaining environmentally conscious. After more than a decade in the industry, their goal to bringing joy to families around the country continues to be a success. So imagine sitting on a bench with no back, just a seat, and rocking from side to side instead of front to back like a rocking chair. And you can fit, I mean, they're different sizes. You could fit.
They even have a children's one.
Yeah.
Adorable.
You could fit a couple of people. The one on the front of this brochure has grandma and 3 kids all sitting on it. Just a really special piece of furniture that I very, very highly recommend adding to your porch. But I doubt you have it already,
and
right?
It's very Southern. That's such a Southern thing. And yeah, that's a special thing that would keep going to generations, I'm sure, could get passed on.
Quality.
All right. My next find was Ann Nielsen Home, and they're out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
I loved one of the things I saw on her site, which is this acrylic tray.
Okay.
That she paints these beautiful angels and just really pretty. Anyway, she has this acrylic tray that comes with 3 changeable, like that you can put in the tray, changeable color, kind of watercolor.
Okay.
pictures.
Are you looking at it right now? Hold it up. Let me see it.
So this one is
cool.
like an angel with some 4 sheep.
Wow.
But yeah, and that one has a lot of blues and greens in it. But the changeable, there's one that has a lot of pinks and oranges, and one that is got a lot of yellows and oranges. So depending on either the season or what your colors in your room are, you can change out the image on that acrylic tray. And I thought it was beautiful.
That's super cool, because if it's a win when you give the gift to the recipient, then you're like, okay, well then for their birthday, they're getting an insert, or like you can kind of continue.
Or if they really like that watercolor, you might want to get them the stationery the next year or something like that. Right. Yeah. So she's got candles, all kinds of home goods, books, different inspirational things. But
how cool.
Ann Nielsen Home. I thought that was just really pretty.
Well, I will go next to Cave Springs, Arkansas, where I found the site Heart's Good Farms. So they have these heirloom seed sets that I think would be such a fun gift for the gardener in your life. They have up to 125 variety heirloom seed kit. Hello. What? It's massive. So this is definitely one of those gifts where it's going to feel like the gift is actually down the road, right?
Right.
It's not an immediate scarf that you get to wear right now in the season. But there's a lot of people out there that this would mean so much to. And they have all different variations of different seed kits that you can buy.
Do they have both like fruits, vegetables, and flowers?
I'm seeing just fruits and vegetables right now. But this is a really solid company, and the very first thing on their site says, preserve the past, plant for the future. Love it.
Do too.
Heart's Good Farms in Cave Springs, Arkansas.
So fun. Okay. Ready for my next find?
Go for it.
In another place that I want to visit, New Braunfels, Texas, there's this cute company. It's twin sisters. And the company is called Sunshine Tienda.
Oh, okay. Which is store. Tienda is store in Espanol.
Well, they have such adorable apparel.
Really?
For women, but I particularly think for young girls. Can you see these colors?
That's so fun. Very bright.
Lots of bright colors and fun fabrics. I just really liked
That's beautiful.
The look of their clothes.
Yeah.
They had these gorgeous sling bags that seem so popular with young girls right now, but they've sold out of them. So that was going to be.
Look. Are you talking about across the chest?
It's kind of guitar strap looking.
It's like a fanny pack that you wear here.
Yeah, it's not for me.
I don't get it.
But I know it's popular. Anyway, their apparel is adorable. Kind of looks a little like has that little Hispanic flair.
That's what I was going to say. Yes.
If you think of those.
Senorita-ish.
Yes. And they have lots of cute straw hats. But anyway, Sunshine Tienda. I just thought their stuff was so cute.
That's so fun. Okay, my next one is Mr. Bird out of Texas.
All right.
And his bird food wreath. This is one you would love.
Oh.
So it's just exactly what it sounds. It's this beautiful wreath, but it's all made out of bird food. And it is also available on Amazon, so we'll have a link there in our storefront. But what a practical gift that you can immediately put up, but is functional, consumable. We've talked about on the show before, a lot of people like consumables because they don't want to acquire stuff. So
That's right.
There's a huge market of people out there that just want consumables, and this would be one of those. And also, I will say this. If you're looking for an awesome homemade gift from your kids to give their teachers or grandparents or neighbors, I did this last year for Jacob. We actually made little bird feeder ornaments.
So sweet.
Kind of the same vein as however Mr. Bird out of Texas is making his bird wreaths. You really just need bird seed and gelatin.
Okay.
That's the mixture. The gelatin helps it congeal.
I thought you were going to say peanut butter.
No,
okay.
We did gelatin.
Yeah,
just
so
non-flavored gelatin. Yeah. And what we did was we mixed it up. We put it on wax paper. We put a cookie cutter, whatever shape we wanted, a Christmas tree,
a pine cone or whatever.
But you want something that doesn't need a lot of definition around it,
because it's not going to make a perfect.
It's not going to be iced or anything like a cookie would be.
Points and stuff are harder.
But you just let that sit for a day, and then you pull out the cookie cutter and pop it out, and then you can just punch a hole in the top, like with a straw, and tie a string around it.
So sweet.
So that's a really good homemade gift too. Or if you don't want to do all that, Mr.
Just
Bird,
buy them.
Just get your bird wreath.
Well, and you're taking care of our feathered friends,
That's
and it's
right.
cold out there, so that's just so sweet. All right, next up for me is Simply Jessica Marie.
Ooh. Is that like a double name, Jessica Marie? Sounds like it.
It is, and this is a company out of Knoxville, Tennessee.
Hey.
She does, well, many, many things, but what I picked on my list was the watercolor prints of cities and landmarks in cities.
Oh,
So,
fun.
for instance, I keep turning these things around for you to see.
Well, the listeners will just have to click links to see, and we'll
That's
put some
right.
stuff up on our Instagram and Facebook too.
But for instance, for Charleston, she has a watercolor of Rainbow Row, of the Pineapple Fountain, of the Battery, a map of Charleston.
That's fun,
These come not framed.
right?
So very inexpensive price point. And then if you wanted to jazz it up, get a frame.
Yeah.
And matte and frame
Matte
it
it
and
pretty.
make it even a little more of a statement. But
Yeah.
many southern places are mentioned, even some of the college towns. So
Love it.
really great gift idea. They're really pretty, mostly kind of pastels, but yeah, I really like
That's
this.
really pretty. I like that. Did you find one for Franklin? Do we need to tell her to do one for Franklin?
You're going to have to commission Franklin because it is not on the list. Knoxville is, though.
Well, of
and
course.
she may, I don't know if she commissions. I'm just throwing that out there. But there's quite a few different spots from different southern states.
That's so fun. Okay, next on my list is a subscription. So I have talked about on the podcast before how much I love some resources that come from a group called She Reads Truth.
Yes.
It is heavily Christian content that is, their focus is to get women in the Word of God every day, to encourage you to just be reading your Bible. And they create these beautifully aesthetic reading plans that you can purchase. You can do the studies online, but their hope is that you'll actually get the printed study book so that you can get all the added features and things that they put into each plan. And you can do a subscription box. So if you have
How
someone
fun.
that you think would enjoy a full year of this, you can get them a subscription box, and they will automatically get the reading plan that the community of She Reads Truth readers are going to be doing. So they get them even just a little bit in advance so that they're ready when the start of the new study comes. So we're going to be doing an Advent study with them that's starting next week when Advent starts. But they have plans all over the place where it might just be a book of the Bible. I think they've decided that they're going to study Thessalonians soon, or they may be focused on a topic like prayer. So
Okay.
it's going to be a balance of both, but I thought that would be a really fun thing for, teens, college, grown women, all of us enjoying getting that mail.
It'd be really fun to do, like, give that as a friend group, and then y'all talk about it.
Yes.
Or,
do
a monthly coffee.
Yes.
What are you gleaning?
Your book club, kind
yeah,
of. Yeah,
exactly.
Very
I
fun.
love that. Okay, I don't know how I found this, but I really like this guy. John Costin Studio. His website is costingraphics.com.
Okay.
Anyway, he does these beautiful hand-painted etchings of, I'm calling them coastal birds. There may be other ones, but herons and egrets. And I just think they're so beautiful and would be epic in a coastal home, which I do not have, but one can dream. Yeah, so there's all different, like I said, I think most of these are coastal birds, but cranes, egrets,
How
herons.
big are those?
Most of these, they vary. So here's a 12-inch by 17-inch, and then here's a 31-inch by 45-inch. I mean, yeah.
That's cool.
They vary in color and size, but there's also a book called Etched Feathers that he has, and so...
Wow.
He's out of Tampa, Florida, which is suiting for that kind of art. But for some reason, I just thought, gosh, these are gorgeous.
That's so
and if
fun.
you had a coastal home or someone who loves birds, that would be a fun art gift.
It almost reminds me of Where the Crawdads Sing. Because, in the story, she's like etching all these different insects and birds. And
I bet she would have liked these in her home.
Okay, I'm going to actually mention a friend of ours because I just think her quality in her candles is worthy of mentioning.
I know where you're going.
So Pear Candle out of Franklin, Tennessee. If you have shopped in some of the boutiques around town, you've already seen her candles, and they even have them at our visitor center too. I don't know if you knew that. She has a Main Street candle there. They are soy-based. Absolutely some of the most amazing candles that I have ever smelled. I'm so proud of her, Joanna.
I am too.
She has worked tirelessly to perfect some of her ingredients, or what would you call that? Concoctions. But yeah, like I said, they're natural soy. They're coconut wax candles. They burn well. She's got some now that are 3-wick, which is helpful for a larger candle to burn
evenly
all the way to the sides.
All the way down.
Yeah. So she's got all different seasonal scents if you're wanting
Let's talk about some of our favorites.
I was going to say, the year-round scent that I love for hers is that Gold Rush.
Yes, that one is very good.
If you're familiar with is it the brand Capri, Volcano Blue?
Yeah, that would be similar.
Yeah, but it's wonderful.
Listeners probably get tired of me talking about, I love all the cedars and all of the, evergreen kind of smells.
Campfire Stories.
That's a good one.
It has woods, pine smoke, embers.
Yeah, that one's more like campfire.
Yeah,
that's what that one is.
Yeah.
But I love the Tennessee Woodlands.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one that smells more evergreen to me. She also has a warm tobacco. Which, since I don't have a man in my life, I just light the warm tobacco and
I'm very partial to her Mary Cranberry. And it's just so Christmas.
And so is it Happy Holidays? I think she has a Happy Holidays, and it's the cinnamons and the cloves and that kind of stuff. So, so many good ones.
Yeah. So she's got some room sprays as well that I haven't tried, but I will sing the praises of her candles all day long. So Pear Candle, it's spelled P-A-R-E, Pear Candle.
So good.
Okay. Where to next, sis?
How about Lexington, Kentucky?
All right. I'm in.
There is an adorable company called Pomegranate Incorporated, and they have all kinds of beautiful home goods in this shop. But I am so drawn to their equestrian style linens.
Oh, fun.
So, and they have various ones. But yeah, think table runners, napkins, all of that. In various equestrian styles. So they have like a hunt scene where they're, guys on horseback in red jackets and hunting dogs. They have one that's pretty simple that just has like the horse bits on there.
Cool.
There's ones that are a little bit more colorful. I think they call it the paddock scene with the horses.
Yes.
And so many pretty equestrian style linens.
So you said this is a shop. I guess they ship though as well?
Online. Yeah, Pomegranate Incorporated.
Okay.
And right now there is a discount on your purchase. I don't know how long that will last, but
a lot of places are offering that for your first time purchase, or if you'll sign up for their
emails
or their
for
text
sure.
club or whatever. So yeah, definitely do that if you're first time shoppers.
They even have aprons and that kind of stuff with horse scenes. They're just adorable. That would be something I would love. So that's why I put it on the list.
That's so fun.
Pomegranate.
I wanted to mention something. Sorry, it bears repeating, but Lodge cast iron goods are so quality. They're made right here in Tennessee. If you're anywhere near the Chattanooga area, South Pittsburgh, Tennessee has the Lodge factory store that has deeply discounted Lodge goods and is so worth the stop if you're in the area. But many of you are not. So just making sure that you guys know that Lodge Dutch ovens, whoo!
You'll use it so much.
Such a good gift. All different beautiful colors. Lainey's got the teal one. I've got the red one.
Those are the enameled cast iron, not just the black.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, great for soups. I mean, literally great for everything. I started to name a list, but just they're great for everything. So put it on your list for the cook in your life.
Probably will use it more than you even ever dreamed.
Yes.
All right. Next, we're going to New Orleans, Louisiana.
All righty.
And there is a company called Scriptura. So,
okay.
Script and then URA.
Okay.
Scriptura. Some of the most beautiful customized stationery I have ever seen.
Really? How
Their
fun.
envelopes often have the lining inside with these beautiful scenes.
Oh, wow.
And
envelopes. That's so fun because you don't always see fancy envelopes.
Truly some of the prettiest stationery I've ever seen.
Oh, I love that.
And you can get just a name on it. They do, wedding invitations, all of that kind of stuff. But many of them are even masculine looking.
Okay, that's nice.
So if you're,
business owners.
That's right.
Not that only men own businesses, but
exactly.
A lot of correspondence from men is related to business.
Yeah, they have a lot of customizable options, but their stationery is just stunning. And that's something that I love. So I thought I would mention, Laura Beth, take one peek. They even have a magnolia.
Oh, wow.
So pretty.
Even a uniquely shaped lip on the envelope.
Oh,
That is so pretty. I guess that's called the lip. Y'all know what I mean, the flap.
Very pretty. So if you have one who loves to write letters like me, Scriptura out of New Orleans has got you covered.
Wow. Well, speaking of guys are hard to buy for sometimes. I feel bad for men in the gift category because it feels like every gift guide just has a lot of like liquor.
Leather and liquor.
Yeah, leather and liquor. That's what I was going to say. So, I mean, I don't know what the population is of men that don't even consume alcohol, but I know they're out there. So there goes any ideas for them. But a lot of guys do love grilling. And they love making meats taste good. So I would just say rubs, sauces in general are great for men. But I'll just highlight a couple. Central Barbecue Rub. My husband is still talking about it. We picked it up in Memphis. You can order it online. Central Barbecue Rub. And then Myron Mixon.
Yes.
The pitmaster himself.
That we met in Memphis.
Yes. He has great rubs and sauces. So those are two brands specifically that I'll highlight. But I mean, there's a lot of really good Southern rubs and sauces out there.
And again, if you happen to be at the Lodge factory outlet, they got all kinds of good rubs, sauces.
They do.
All the things. Okay. Another maybe strange find, but I think is adorable. I found this company called Grit and Grace. And then their little...
I feel like I've heard of that. Maybe it's just kind of a saying.
They may even have their goods in other shops.
Okay.
But Grit and Grace, and then their little tagline is, "The world is your oyster."
Oh, I love it.
And they have the cutest beautiful oyster shell things.
Ooh, they sure do.
Hand painted. And again, I love they call it a oyster shell ornament.
Okay.
But I think, so they would be adorable if you are coastal and you want a coastal Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. But I think these would make lovely napkin rings on a table.
Yes.
So they're
so cool.
Real pretty, like turtles, shells, hand painted on the oyster shell.
Wow.
And then trimmed in like a gold paint.
That is
on the
so
edging.
pretty.
I think they're beautiful.
I love all these artistic picks that you've got for this listing. This is probably some of your most artistic picks.
And maybe I'm just into art right now because I do love art.
I know you do, and these are fun.
And I don't paint, so I just appreciate when I see beauty like that. But yeah, they have, ones that have a lot of greens with like peacocks and peacock feathers on it. They have them with, lots of pinks with hibiscus. And anyway, I think they would look so pretty as the ornament as a napkin ring holder. But you could even just have one sitting out to put your rings on the bathroom or something like that. So gritandgracestudio.com.
I love it. I want to mention something that would be good for a host gift because all of us are probably going to be traveling at least at some point to somebody's home, whether it be somewhere you're staying for the holidays or just a friend's house that invited you over. So cheese straws are a very Southern thing.
Yes.
And our friends over at Mama Geraldine's
the best ones.
Very good, already packaged cheese straws, and they're distributed nationwide. So they're out of Jasper, Georgia. But you can find Mama Geraldine's in Walmart's, in Kroger's. They would be near the specialty crackers and cheeses.
Right.
So they're not refrigerated, but they're not going to be on your regular cracker aisle.
Yeah, ours are in Kroger or in that fine cheeses and crackers.
But Mama Geraldine's, they've got gluten-free options, which is really nice too.
And they're actually really good too.
Yeah. But yeah, just their basic aged cheddar cheese straws. Such a good host gift and a very, very affordable price.
Yeah. Or if you're going to something and need to take something and don't have time to cook, there you go.
That's right. All right, what else you got?
I got a couple more.
Okay.
Again, I'm your linen girl. Pink House Design, which they are out of Houston, Texas. What I was drawn to with Pink House Design is they have some of the cutest scallop trimmed linens.
Fun.
I don't know why. I just think scallop trim on clothing, on linens. I just think it's so
stationary.
Pretty.
Yes.
I think I first saw this in Southern Lady magazine.
Okay.
Again, I'm turning it around for Laura Beth to see. So pretty. These scallop edges on the napkins. They have placemats with scalloped edges. Some of them are solids, some of them are prints, but such fun for your table and just unique.
Yeah, those are super cute.
Pink House Design.
I like that. Okay.
Lots of bright colors too, which is so fun for the table. And then one other company that I want to mention, I think I've had this company on our list before, and that is Vanna Chupp Studio. And they are out of Richmond, Virginia.
I think I have heard you mention them.
I have. They do a lot of really pretty, I would even call these, this is very special, jewelry. And I was going to highlight, they do an ornament.
Okay.
That you can have personalized.
Ooh.
With, the popular silhouette of a child.
Yes.
Well, they do jewelry of those silhouettes. So you can have a locket. You can have a, bracelet with the silhouette on there. But the Christmas ornament's really pretty. Now, they have just where you pick, how many children there are. So if this is for a grandparent or something, they have
that is adorable.
Various boy and girl choices.
Okay.
Or you can send in a photo.
Okay.
It's a $20 additional, but they personalize
They're actually
it.
And what I'm also hearing you say is that needs to probably be done.
Well,
now.
I think we've actually missed personalizing it for the Christmas season.
Okay.
So that might need to be for, go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
And do it for a birthday or an anniversary or something. But
wow, those are super unique.
To do it for Christmas, I think you're going to have to do just the the ones they have to choose from.
Which still look very cute.
So cute. And so, yeah.
Vanna
Chupp out of Richmond, Virginia, and just really personalized, pretty ornaments, jewelry, lockets, etc.
Fun.
Wait, that's a lot of choices.
That's a great list. I hope we've encouraged you guys with some ideas, or maybe even just spurred you to think of something else that would be fun to give somebody in your family or in your friend group.
Yes.
So, but as Lainey mentioned, if
it's
you
not
got
about
none of
the
this
stuff.
It doesn't matter. You can still give the gift of something meaningful this Christmas. So, we'll be back with probably at least maybe one more episode this year. We're going to try and squeeze in one more with y'all for 2023. And we hope that you do have a great start to December.
Peace be with y'all.